Hello guys. Have you ever had a day where you just did not feel like cooking? Well, that's the kind of day I'm having today. I'm just going to go in the kitchen, grab up some things that I have in the refrigerator, leftover cheeses, Italian sausages, and other ingredients, and try to come up with something, a one pot dish where I won't have to cook for a couple of days. If you want to see what I come up with, stay tuned guys. Here's the ingredients that I'm using today. Hot Italian sausage, smoked sausage, Italian stewed tomatoes. There's another package of hot sausage. All the different leftover cheeses that I have left in the refrigerator. Meat flavored sauce, oregano, Italian seasoning, a bell pepper, 3 cloves of garlic, 3 bay leaves, and a half an onion, and sliced mushrooms. I have this little bit of ground beef that I had left over, and I'm just trying to get rid of it. I'm going to use that too. Now I'm going to cut up this bell pepper and onion, garlic, and get everything prepared, and I'll be back. These sausages, I'm going to pull them out of their casing and then put them in the skillet also, and fry these with my garlic and onions inside of it. All of this going to be fried together. Okay, I used that whole pack of Johnsonville Italian hot, and I only used 2 out of this package, and I don't think I'm going to use this today because it looks like I'm going to have and enough meat. My water is boiling right here, and I'm going to put my 3 bay leaves in there to give my pasta some flavor. And this is the kind of pasta I'm using today. This is a 16-ounce package. I may only just use 1 package. I'll see once I get it to boil and see if I'm going to have enough. Here's my sausage cooking right here. This that ground beef that I had left over. I put some garlic powder, pepper, and some onion powder on it, and that's the onions and bell pepper in there. I diced them up, and all the rest of that is sausage. I'm going to let this cook and then put my pasta on, and I'm going to only cook my pasta for about 5 minutes because I don't want it to get real done, because this dish is going in the oven, and I'll be back. Here's the pasta going into the water. I think I'm just going to probably use 1 box. If I need more, then I'll let you know. The water is boiling already, and I put kosher salt in there, and I'm going to just cook it for 5 minutes. And here's what the meat is looking like. The sausages, they're cooking, almost done right now. I haven't put the garlic in, but it'll be going in next once I make sure it's all done. I'm going to finish doing it, then I'll come back. I'm going to have to add half of this other box of mostaccioli, because that doesn't look like enough for me to have enough to last for a couple days. I'm going to let those cook for 5 minutes and then finish. I've already added my garlic in there, finish that up, and then when I come back on camera when it's time to put this dish together. This is the meat. I have drained it, and these are the noodles. I have drained them too. And here's my meat. I'm gonna pour that in there. Here's the mushrooms. I'm gonna pour just the water off of them right now in there, and then I'm gonna cut the mushrooms up just a little bit, so because I only have 1 can and I want to make them be all throughout the dish. And these noodles are very, very firm still. I did them like that on purpose because I don't want them to be mushy once I bake them in the oven. I'm gonna finish the rest of my items, getting them prepared, then my mushrooms and everything, then I'll be back to put the dish together. Okay, now those are the mushrooms that I diced up a little bit. I'm gonna put those in there. Here's a little Italian seasoning that I'm gonna sprinkle in there. just a little bit of oregano. And pour a little bit of this juice from those Italian stewed tomatoes in there. I'm going to pour all the juice rather off of them. Then I'm going to dice those up because they're pretty big and I don't want them to be big in the dish. And then I'll be back. How could I forget parsley? I must put some of that in there too. I have some leftover tomato sauce from when I made another dish. I might as well pour that in there too. Pouring the stewed tomatoes. Those are Italian stewed tomatoes. They're going in there. And I did pick those. I picked those bay leaves out right there. I had 3. The other ones back behind me, but I did pick those out. Remember to pick yours out. Now this is that pasta sauce, meat flavored, that I'm putting in it. I saved some of that pasta water. I'm going to pour a little bit of that in there. And I'm going to mix all this together. I'm going to put a little black pepper in this. And a pinch of kosher salt. Now I'm just going to dump some of my cheeses in there. Those up. Now, just gonna stir that up. And there's no particular name for this. It's just something I'm trying to make to get rid of all these extra ingredients and have a lot of food left for the next day. I didn't have enough sauce, so I'm going to pour some of this traditional sauce in there. It doesn't look like it has enough sauce to me, so I'm going to pour about half of that in there. Now I'm going to stir that in. The reason I put that sugar in there was because those tomatoes have a lot of acid in them, and I have a lot of salt in there. Then those sausages are really hot, so I'm just trying to give it a little balance by putting a little sweetness with all of that, and maybe that'll balance out. I'm going to get this dish ready to put in my pan, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is what it looks like when I finish with it. I'm going to cover it with aluminum foil and cook it for about 35 minutes and see what it looks like and see if I need to cook it a little longer. Okay, the timer is going off now. And I'm going to show you what this is looking like. Okay, this has been cooking for a total of 50 minutes. I turned the timer back on after the initial 30 minutes. I just didn't come back on camera. Okay, here's what the finished product looks like. My camera battery died on me before I finished saying what I was trying to say. I cooked this a total of 50 minutes. I cooked it 30 minutes the first time I put it in, and then I went back and put it in another 20 minutes. And then I browned it in the oven with the oven door cracked open just until the cheese melted and it was a little crunchy around the edges. And I forgot to mention that when I was mixing up my food, I sprinkled a little pinch of sugar in there, and that's because I wanted to balance all the flavors of the hot sausage, the salt, and the acid in the tomatoes. So I didn't get a chance to tell you that I did that, and it's probably not shown in the recording. I just wanted to let you know that, and that's it. Now I'm going to show you, get a little bit of this out and show you what this looks like. And that's the finished product. And I did bake this on in a preheated oven for 350 degrees. Total 50 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all in the next video.